Welcome everybody, it's Evelyn. I have a twin flame read for you in front of you on the table. I have a Metatron read and a message of the day. And today is the 28th of February. 28 is the twin flames, the choice of path, the 2 of the High Priestess, but also the Divine Feminine. The day adds up to 369, which is the 10 of Wands, which is the Atlas energy of the weight of the world on your shoulders. And again, the 28 of the choice of path, but both, again, Wands energy. And I didn't sleep at all last night, but I feel fine. I just had a session actually for myself, which was wonderful. And that was, where am I? So I did another session with Vivian too. Vivian Chauvet. She's half Arcturian, so if you want to check her out, she's wonderful. And this Metatron read I did at this morning at 7:24 to 25, which is the Queen and Knight of Wands. And I got some beautiful pictures of the sunrise. Actually, I have to show you because they were really pretty. I'm not usually up that early these days. And also, I don't know if you can see them in there or not, but let me put this light away a little bit. There is a soldier in the tree here. He's got a beard and a hat, and you see he's like sitting on the branch in between the two trunks of the tree. If you can see it, I'll show you where it's a profile of his face. See where it's really white right here? You can see his teeth and his nose, the side, his profile there, and the hat's kind of like over his eyes. But yeah, check that out. And here's some of this was the sunrise this morning, and that's totally untouched. I mean, I cropped it, but I didn't touch it. These are the pictures from this morning when the sun was coming up. It was really beautiful. And there's a plane coming in there too. Really pretty. And that was the ETs I got yesterday, or the UFOs rather. Okay. So let me roll the die too before I do Metatron here. For the twin flames, take a deep breath, you guys. Go ahead and take another deep breath too while I'm rolling the dice. For the twin flame for the 28th of February, 2022. We have the 12 here of completion. It's also the Hanging Man, which is Pisces. For me, it's more Capricorn. And the 12 again of December, which is also Capricorn and Sagittarius. And we have Aquarius over here. And we're actually in Pisces now. And then we have Neptune here as well, which is Pisces. So very dreamy, universal. And then 12 is Pisces too. So a lot of Pisces dreamy energy along with the waves of Aquarius. Very floaty. Which can be very romantic as well, which came up yesterday. So the underlying energy here for the, what did I do with my phone? I was just jogging before my session, so I didn't have time to get myself too organized here. Okay, so here is my Metatron read. The underlying energy, this is the bottom of the deck. This is the first card going across like this, and then these 3 cards here, and then these here, and these are kind of like an addendum if any extra cards come out. And it's just how I'm guided to pull the cards. Yeah. And so, again, the bottom of the deck was the Blessings card, number 47, which for me is synchronicities and, of course, options and choices. Also, heaven in your eyes. And the first card out was the Silver card. And we had silver, orange, gold, and indigo today. So the silver indigo is very much that Michael shield. And then the orange and gold is very much what I keep getting guided to, like our sacral chakra, going to the gold unity consciousness. And we have water and fire as far as the elements here. Did Earth come up? Nope, that's it. So right away with the dimensional gateway and the underlying energies, which is the golden gate, the GG, which is the golden mean. The G is the same shape, so the G and the 6 are both of that golden mean. So here we have the golden gate of the 6-6, which is also the Queen of Pentacles, and then BB of Big Bird came up, which is B is the capital B is 13 as well. So 13 of transition, which equaled the 2 6s plus 13 is 38 of the Queen of Cups. The Golden Gate and the Brooklyn Bridge is what I was getting for somebody, with Christ and Thoth, or 66 Queen of Pentacles, and BB was coming up as well. So whoever that may refer to for you, that can be Bibi Netanyahu as well. Christ at the threshold, in the rocket, in my pocket, so West Side Story was coming up. Keep coolly cool boy. Big Bird feeding him at the door, the wings that help him take off, where it's Thanksgiving every day. Stand up for yourself, divine masculine to the Queen of Swords with priorities and synchronicities, blessings and thanks, and a horn full of fruit and veggies. The divine masculine ready for Thanksgiving with the divine feminine, an offering perhaps. He sees her triangles of rainbow and juicy fruit. And the first card out here was Excalibur and Burr, which the silver sword was coming up as a bit cold here, of the warrior of light. The sword from the stone or the word from the tone, by melding as one in unions of drops, like the drops in the ocean, making it easy to spot, like the needle in the haystack. The lady of the lake and the man of the river, still and peaceful, and current and runs. Letting go, releasing number 4, or the Emperor, and the need for stability at 748, which is the Chariot and the 8 of Cups walking away within. As above, so below, the pink weeping willows and self-love, spiritual love and new love. In the lake, a good still reflection where the river gets blurred because there's movement. Loving the sun and seeing what's in the shadows, like the man on the branch that I just showed you. Transforming chaos, K-A-O-S, via Agent 86, get smart, in control, which was his agency, with 8 plus 6, needing a 9 for his pod. And I showed you my pod the other day of the 6 and the 9 together makes the 8 in the middle. So 6 plus 9 equals the 8, which is the crazy 8s of the twins. So here again, get smart is Agent 86, in control, needing a 9, because he's already got the 8 and the 6, for his pod. With 99, he got more than he bargained for. Pause to heal, coming together, extending a hand on Metatron's Rainbow Bridge. Inspiring because it's always open. Reaching the gold with womb heart 99, which is all about compassion, or 2 golden means or intentions with an infinite crazy 8s exuding light up. The pot at the end of the rainbow at 757, which is the Chariot and the 3 of Swords, that 6 degrees of separation. At 758, which is the 4 of Swords, for me is the 5D connection, walking the plank at the end of each day, or up very early, seeing the sunrise and how orange it is, where you are held, orangutan, or forest man, or veggie man, conquering fears one step at a time, to heal and for dreams to come true. Queen of Wands, stretch up and lunge to release excess energy through the womb to the heart, to the sun in the purple moon, like the boy in the moon. Wake up call or reveille, listen and note or tone, to align with aqua rose gold heart, water and infinite rose of the gold coin, which is also Kohan or co-pilot. 805, which 8 and 5 are greased lightning with space between, the love relationships and harmony of greased lightning, Of course, then Greece comes up with Sandy and Danny, and notice that Archangel Sandalphon, I always write down as AA Sand. So here's Sandy. And then I also, the Dan lineage came up here. So Danny and Sandy came up from Greece, and the Dananites. So Dan is one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. Jacob's name changed to Israel, so all the tribes became the sons of Israel, or the Israelites. The Levi descendants, of course, were Moses and Aaron, and the 10 tribes that settled in North Palestine were captured by the Assyrians and were considered the 10 lost tribes. The Dananites, there was a book that came up, The Return of the Dananites, from July 28, 14, and literally said the August 8th dynasty, which is Lionsgate, of Aku of Egypt, founded in the 25th CBC, departed to China post 2380 BC. 2 sons of Dan, Pele, Seti, and Oki-Ok. I'm not sure if it's pronounced that way, or Ochi-Ok. After the great Dananite ancestors. First Pharaoh, Seti, he was first, father of Ram, Seti, or that was also referencing Ramses, which just came up in my reading the other day, 11, with number 11 here. Today, the Greeks carry the name of the Oki-Ok, or Ogi-Og, who led the Oki-Hawan, or Akaran hordes, or hordes, from Egypt, I guess, to conquer Constantine. Or no, the Corinth of Greece. I didn't write very well there. But that was in 1010 in BC. So Orc died while trying to establish his Chudan, which for him was going to be Jordan, in what is now Israel. His son Danovu finished his father's mission. This Danovu became known as David and Achilles, son of Oki-Ok, where the word for kill or killer came. When he dedicated his capital of Jerusalem in 1003 BC, he used Dananite's sacred millennium as the time span, 1003, predestined return of his dead father, Oki-Ok, his quote-unquote father in heaven, to what became our year of 3 BC. The founders of Chudan were expelled in 930 BC to the area which was Rome. So this was all about the Dan clan, and also Dan is DNA. So fly free in transition in diamond light, the King of Cups detach from drama and look up. In energetic exchange with future ancestors in appreciation and healing to share, taking a right turn to Dragon and Dolphin, Atlantis and Lemu, the indigo child all dressed in bluish purple as star reflects and seeds, as in star seed. Complete and whole, remember the holy that you are, in the mysteries and masteries of life. The Icosa, dolphins, and Pyramid, dragon, son of fire, I matter and mid-fire, where the Icosa dolphins is of water and plasma ethers, the Pyramid dragon is the son of fire. Rubbing 2 sticks together, and then Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire came up, but fighting fire added to the flame, qubits then were needed to ice the fields with cool plasma at 831, which is the dance, the manifestation of dreams and strength, of course, inner and outer strength. And again, the qubits, remember, is a superposition of 2 states at 831, the dance of the journey. A bit of quan that soothes the tummy, or quantum. Uncle Tommy, deaf, dumb, and blind, put a pin and ball, or sphere, Wizard of Oz, or O2, which is also the O2 literally is Q for queen, but the quantum breath comes up here. Qubits or cornfields, or corn also means horn fields, or intoxicated fields of corny lines and horns to drink from. 11 cubits with a C of the Queen's quarters in the Atlantean times in the pyramids, or chimney sweep came up here as well. Archangel Sandalphon, Saint Dolphin, Lyran, a fishy cat, or suspicious dude with long hair, and Lyra, or a mini harp and open heart, or fool's journey, who is with you now. The King of Cups ending the karma, which the numbers in all the cards right there then added to 81, which for me is the end of karma around the world. At 848 is the walking away and within and doing the dance of abundant creation of spring and collective awakening as the flowers blossom with wise review of the Akash. Christ at the gate with light and Sandalphon pulling strings down to earth. Thoth helping with triangles and change, and Metatron with a review of records, and Thunder Road, of course. And by the way, Sandalphon was described as something, the partner of Metatron, but also something that's in between Michael and Metatron. So the 852, which is the dance of the Queen of Swords, and Big Bird in this deck. Sandalphon was also associated by one site as colors of copper and gold, which again is that orange to gold that I just talked about of the sacral chakra to the unity consciousness. As Sandalphon's also referred to as Ashram, the twin of Metatron, purple, indigo, water, fire, fire water, or in other words, coming up here, Sandalphon was also associated with blue and magenta, but the mix between Michael and Metatron, and then I went into the plasma ethers, which is part Lyran human, Mu, and Atlantean. I am, I matter, I pyramid, or mid-fire. The underlying energy of JC and Thoth in the horn fields, or calling all angels and angles, home for dinner, synchronicities, blessings, and thanks. The sword and the stone, or the moon and the word and tone, or the double O and swoon. Welcome the sun to transmute the burn of the cut and radiate back from the Holy Grail cup. The holy, or the hole at the Y in the road, the Holy Grail, which is G's rail, fed by the orange womb energy of creation. The falling light as the feather or leaf by healing for joy and purging to let it all go in the sunset of reflection and compassion, aligning with a wake-up call of clear connection. Reflecting the willows, the weeping willows coming together, 2 U's is willows, 2 U's, ills and ows, so ills and owies, leaping over the rainbow, the arc of light through the rain, the ray of hope to conquer fears for dreams to come true, of aqua rose gold heart, the love, the infinite petals of Pele and Seti, the rose line from the 4th finger to the 4th chakra, or the 4 chambers of the heart, and the ray, the 4 to 4 in the one heart, from the south of France to Scotland Yard, Roslyn Chapel, or Rosie Chap. And by the way, Roslyn Chapel was the collegiate chapel of St. Matthew before, in Roslyn, Midlothian, Scotland, founded by Sir William St. Clair. And notice the reference to Saint, which is ST, is the path or street, and Claire has to do with clairvoyance, clairsentience, all the Claires. The third and final prince of Orkney, and then it was very similar to the Oki that we just talked about. So I was wondering if he's part of that lineage. So again, remember to drink water and stretch at 9:28, which is the Hermit and the Twin Flames. So then we have this message of the day here. Okay, this is the Animal Spirit deck, the Lenormand Reverie, the Gilded deck, and the Kipper deck. Let's see what I have here. Okay, so this message of the day, the underlying energy was the Shark, the Compass, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and the House. At 9:40, the Hermit and the Page of Cups. The card Shark, coming at the 2 of Cups with direction towards the Lover's true north, The Page of Pentacles reversed, needing help, or missed or refused an opportunity, or just never learns their lesson, trying to get others to do it for them, perhaps at the house, the big house, the gated community, or the final judgment, perhaps about a house, or fun house that they're scared of, or a man who lives with his mother, or at Universal Studios, or somebody's watching Jaws at 9:48, which is the Hermit, and again, the 48 of the Eight of Cups, walking away within. The Cosmic Egg Collective Awakening, which is then the perspective from the side, like 1-to-1, as opposed to one above the other, with the Crow standing guard as dark energy leaves the planet. The Dark Horse, or Mr. Ed, is watching over the war issues, getting too much attention. The Graceful Gazelle with Dragon's Eye, transforming the butterfly back to the bee? Or it's a bee couple, or a carpenter couple, and one with bigger wings who's exhausted. The carpenter bee keeping their eye on them as busy beaver doesn't give away their dams so easily. As sharp in their space, as shark is in their space, or practical guy pretends to be a shark so no one will bother them, but really he's just a sweet, humble worker at 10:01. The Queen of Pentacles choosing a path in Titanic of her life, or the Titanic afterlife, like at the end of the movie where they all walk up the stairs as she walks up to her love. The Queen of Pentacles choosing a path in Titanic afterlife, finding a diary or crack the code to the safe, perhaps to get her sapphire there. Or was that a blue diamond? I can't remember. Or message, or the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups crossing twin bridges of a very high order here. Bridges with bird feeders. I was just getting birds of a feather flock together. Bridges with bird feeders, or perhaps cuckoo clocks, or Austrian mountains with wise counsel, or couple who's a grounder and a flyer, and reaping rewards in the tree. Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, sovereign and doing the dance, bringing the mummy back to life, with 2 cups direction, pointing to lovers, the Ace of Cups, and great fortune to juggle together. Hard-working star under pressure to perform at 10:08, the Wheel of Fortune and the dance, competing in alternative community, or battling a divorce, ending an unhappy cycle with the Page of Swords reversed in negative self-talk and wounded. Or the Page of Swords spreading rumors about the wounded warrior or a proposal, and the wounded warrior is dissatisfied with the Page of Pentacles reversed, or the Page of Pentacles reversed rejected, or doesn't wanna, or was unable to do what they're asking them to. At 10:10, the 2 Wheels of Fortune, rolling, rolling down the river. The main female high priestess with chaos of healthcare, or one in bad health, or took care of an ailing parent, while the Queen of Cups toiled and labored, or while she went into labor, or she went into a dream. Ah, ah, I heard the news today, oh boys. That's coming up. I was losing my voice there too. So she went into labor, or nursing a job, sailing with no anchor, or atlas, good ship lollipop of distant horizons, and aligning a sudden wealth, with 777s, and the main male number 1, inspired by or with unexpected income, or incoming of house in a judgment perhaps, or shark jumped on an opportunity, causing the Page of Pentacles reversed to miss out. And at 10:17, which is the wheel and the star, the first section is the dragonfly and the stingray, who's turned on or plugged in or tuned in to the tiger and the crocodile, who are stalking and watching them. The dragonfly, whose 2 is 1 hearts, sailing or flying with Empress, or with abundant King of Pentacles, official person on the Fool's journey. And stingray, power woman, watching deception of mature worldly man, or watching for the new moon on March 2nd at 17:34, or lady with Cancer in their chart, and Taurus or Aries here too, with the King of Pentacles looking at the power lady, perhaps for the new moon. The second section here is that tiger and crocodile, the tiger with new love and diving deep, to the Ace of Cups, holy grail of lovers with shadow to deal with, the crocodile King of Cups with time crunch juggling or performing and inspired by great fortune, and the Ace of Cups upright, the big love of performing, or to perform together as lovers, or the crocodile wants in on the tiger's good fortune. At 1028, which is the wheel and the 28 of the Two of Wands, or twin flames, or choice of path, the third section here is the frog, with love rain on me, with the unicorn, etheric gateholder, with the songbird, or is the songbird, who sings to clear the air, the frog meeting in the park or in a public forum, or with the unicorn and romantic pup to connect intensely with Lady 28 expecting them, and the unicorn with pup who wants them to take the lead or take them for a walk, focusing on the heart in connection with Thief, Queen of Wands, or the wounded warrior who stole their heart, the nightingale with wise group of birds, or just lots of birds to see and hear for synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, while hermiting changes. The Two of Cups is upright here in 5D connection, seeing synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, with the fourth grouping here being the scorpion, the raccoon, the lizard, and the buffalo. The stinger is out to jump Rocky Raccoon or restart their heart, or perhaps your car, the lizard seeking buffalo who's very well grounded, and the scorpion with rugrats, pests, or the King of Wands keeping their cards close to their chest, or their money close regarding abundant marriage. The raccoons freeing themselves, but they look depressed here, needing to stand up for themselves without martyring themselves, and the Queen of Swords reversed dealing with court or filing papers with the King of Wands. The lizard on the journey, or it's that time of the month, or making an appointment, or Cancer, overworked or not working out with the Queen of Swords reversed, and destined to take the last train for the coast, or packed and ready to go, perhaps to Buffalo. Buffalo drive or chariot of infiltration, or the snake spewing venom or poison apples and healing, and the man with concerns of martyring himself at 1053, which is the wheel and the Knight of Swords, or he's worried about missing the train to court, or forgot to go to jury duty. At 1053, the snake, number 5, the 5th section here, the snake or the collective awakening, but this time from the top down as opposed from the side, the above perspective with vulture, fox, dolphin, and the wolf. The snake home with vulture nesting the golden egg, the dream come true, the storks looking up to the vulture. The snake or collective tempted by the Holy Grail, with the Emperor and the Knight of Cups community. The vulture is nesting at 1056, the wheel and the Two of Swords, being in their knowing and keeping to themselves, or perhaps pretending so they don't have to do anything about it. The vulture nesting with the Queen of Wands, exposed death, ending, a coffin, or a case that's been closed, or at a funeral service with the Knight of Cups community, and fox with Atlas burdens, sneaking out as it feels like a prison to them, with dolphin covering for them, perhaps to sneak out, and dolphin on magic adventure ride, or to make a delivery to end the war, or after the war or virus, to get off the wounded warrior's path, lined with lots of transformation. The wolf here is stunned at a ring or mesmerized by something, or the Knight of Wands, they're stunned or mesmerized by this Knight of Wands commitment of or to the High Priestess, the man with sudden thoughts of a woman. The High Priestess or Pisces floating on air as the Page of Cups with a message of love to the Page of Wands reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who may be driving or traveling together, or getting a ride, but perhaps there's not enough room for the Page of Cups, or the Page of Cups High Priestess is sending love, but going in another direction, but thanks, or non-committal, or doesn't want to ride with them, or the Emperor's courtship of Eddie's father, or perhaps that's the Godfather, the Page of Wands reversed with a message of concern, or forgot the license about losing patience or not coming to some kind of high honor or ceremony, of the Knight of Wands along with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or the Chariot's waiting, awaiting, or Cancer is, and what the heck is taking so long? Maybe a wedding issue, perhaps an issue with the train, repairs of the bride's dress, or the maids of honor are upset and someone might be late. A child who needs a dress now, because perhaps they were coming at the last minute, or has to work and can't come, or late, or last minute invite because there's no way they're going alone. And then someone needs a last minute outfit or dress, perhaps for a child's wedding, or a shotgun marriage at 11:11, or a funeral, or a christening, a baptism, a bris, a bat mitzvah, etc. Tempted by the Holy Grail, with the Queen of Wands upright taking off, or ghosted, or ghosting, lying, cheating, stealing, or running from anxieties or prison post-war or post-virus, getting out of Dodge, or literally someone just got out or escaped from prison, or left at the altar at 11:14, which is justice and the temperance card of being patient, or wanting that higher love. So if there's a wedding here, there's two extremes here. Either the groom is just blown away when they see the bride, or they get cold feet suddenly and perhaps dart for the door, with Sagittarius, Pisces upright, Cancer upright, Scorpio and Aries. Or someone just came out with stage fright all of a sudden, or cold feet, a sudden change of mind. Or these are the bachelor and bachelorette parties going on with all the people at 11:20, which is justice and the 20 of judgment. And again, don't forget, some of this stuff can be describing the movies you're watching or the shows you're watching on TV. All right, so now we go into the twin flame read, which is in front of you. And this is a pretty quick one today. 11:22, it was cut and dealt, the SIRIAN Starseed deck. 11 is justice and alignment, truth and balance. The 22 of the Fool's Journey, taking a leap of faith with an open heart. And at 11:34, which is that energetic exchange of the Eight of Wands, of crystals came up, which is of crystals or purges or being Christ-like. And towels came up, which the talisman came up. It's also tails, so perhaps heads or tails. Or perhaps crystals or tails. And that could be tails from a wedding too, right? The tux tails. But the talisman is also coming up. I was just getting to Taz, the Tasmanian devil again. So at 11:51, which is justice and the King of Swords, I was just getting the Taz spinning around because someone who just rushed to get somewhere, like to a wedding, had to rush back to get somebody else. So somebody's head's spinning as well. So we have the major arcana here of strength in the Lovers, with abundance or the Empress on the underlying energy, and after the read is the Hanging Man. 3 pentacles, 2 wands, 3 cups, and 1 sword. So not too much intellectualizing going on here, or being stressed or suffering, so that part's good. We have the 9 of Pentacles as part of the court cards in the read, even though it's not a court card. The Page of Swords, the King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Swords is before the read, and after the read is the King of Wands. The numbers, we had triple 9s today, so a whole lot of compassion needed here, and endings, culminations, completions, the collective consciousness, the universal selflessness, and again, overall compassion and endings. We also had double 3s, 7s, and 10s, the 3s of the Christ vibration. Again, martyring oneself was coming up with that, as well as standing up for oneself without getting triggered. 77 of the Sovereign, and the 10-10 of that really high vibration to keep it pure. Also the 9-10 begin again. The 3-7 of the King of Cups, the 7-9 of the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow, 13 of the Transition or Death card, 35 of the 8 of Wands, 56 of the 2 of Swords, being your knowing, keeping to yourself, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the humble, loyal servant, 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, which is the culmination of the deck, which is also that dream family, and the 89, which is the Phi energy of expanding and contracting, or just reflecting and staying in the middle. So the code line here is all about individuality. So it can be all of those things if you want. Ind, IV, duality. IVI, which for me is co-creation. So IND, IND, which is also a drug study. IND, and then IVI, duality. So the co-creation of duality, and perhaps a drugstore study or IND, whatever else that is code for. And the messages came up like this on the code line. The code line was all about number 7, which is the Chariot and Cancer. And we just have a couple here. Source, so source times 2, or sourcing twins. Sophia with 9-inch nails, and there's that 9 of compassion again, but also the 9 of the pod with the 6. And the grandmother, the man with contents, and the Sophia, 1 of 2, expanding and contracting, creation. The 7 of cups, of synchronicities and heaven in their eyes. Ice, King of Pentacles, northeast, or any individual will do regarding we and us. To meddle, perhaps a manly bird. A tree, to intrude, baby, nurse. Sophia's flanking a man or the grandmother, so perhaps 2 Sophias flanking a man or a grandmother. To support, or 1 of 2, disappointed of heart, with the cold King of Pentacles. To be individuality, which maybe he wants to be single or just be independent here. And that could be also, not wanting to go to a wedding, disappointing a mother about something, it could be 2 Sophias, like aunts or grandmothers, trying to, trap him and not let him go, that kind of thing. But also could be doing that to a grandmother. The 9 of Pentacles is reversed as we start out the read, and the underlying energy here. And that could be a dependent person, someone who's powerless or just lost their power, money, and independence, or someone who just made a big purchase or lost their singlehood, and that could be purposeful. So we have the underlying energy of the, below that is the 10 of Pentacles reversed, abundance, or the Empress reversed, 9 of Swords upright, 10 of Cups upright, and the 6 of Cups upright, which is good. The 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, of dysfunction or loss, of abundance, or the Empress reversed, sister, or suffering in silence or stressed, hiding or pretending to be happy, family, with children, soulmate, or past life relationship, and powerless. The Page of Wands inspired to call or announce, to make a decision and wake up others, getting over loss, regret, guilt, or shame, destined to be happy alone, with Taurus reversed and Aquarius and Libra upright here. Perhaps work release, at work or on guard, and that could be a work release program as well. But it can be being released from work, whether laid off or just let go so you could go to an event, or on guard, juggling, performing, distracting, or keeping yours or their balls up in the air, where the worst is over, with no choice but to be wise and see a new perspective on a very painful death, and or poisoning was also coming up here. And again, that can be another meaning which you get with my drift. At 1238, which is the Hangman and the Queen of Cups, which is Jesus and Mary Magdalene, which is the masculine and the feminine. Hanging out after death or betrayal, putting roots down, ending the pain of no options, unable to implement a chosen path, hung out to dry or left in limbo to learn about self, powerless to being left hanging, as the Queen of Swords is speaking her truth about deception of secret passion, or the magician, the magic manifester, with past life relationship, and UFO is coming up right here for some reason, and free yourself beneath that, up before dawn, needing to keep a secret to seal the manifestation. The dogs losing their power after the full moon, needing to use intuition with the magician with all their tools on board, and all cards presented, the magician guarding their secret passion, with past life relationship, and beneath it, free yourself. At 1249, the Hanging Man, and the Get Your Wish card of the 9 of Cups. The magician guarding news, perhaps, leading the way without option at 1250, which is the Hanging Man and the so-called happy family. It could be the sham fam, where they look really good on the outside because that's how they're required to look, but they're not necessarily good on the inside. News leading the way without option, defenseless to unwanted advances, pushed out of bed, no more fantasy with Barbie in the basket, and throwing out the book on love, No more pretending for little lizard watching, forced to wake up or get out of bed. No more dreaming. With self-love in 61, which is taking a risk to self-love, and beneath that making an effort with 13 in the transition. With the devil on fire, over inequity of losing childhood friend or a falling out, getting over loss or savings, withholding, in disconnect or at a distance from Hierophant, leader, religion, establishment, Taurus, or marriage, commitment or guidance at 101. Trumpeters reflecting, withholding with guidance, or imp or scoundrel out of the picture, keeping their distance from the establishment. Pisces or Capricorn upright, Pisces and Cancer reversed, Gemini or Virgo and Taurus upright at 105, which is the Magician and the Hierophant, where the Hierophant is powerless, or Taurus or dependent to or on, hanging out with the Magician, manifesting and taking action on fantasy with self-love. And that could be someone leaving without a word right there and not telling. So leaving a relationship without a word, or leaving the job without a word, perhaps wanting to go to something. Magician manifesting unable to sleep and rising above, or awaken coming out for sister, or suffering in silence, or hiding and powerless, losing their patience or temper, or fallen angel, Queen of Wands reversed, in need of help, or just never learns, overworking or not working out, regarding deception, or up before dawn, implementing a plan but out in the cold, dumping a load, a burden, or responsibilities, the Knight of Swords holding their tongue, or lashing out regarding justice, Libra, or the Knight of Swords reversed, plotting or spreading rumors about the one in power at 120, which is the Magician and the Judgment, or 0 and Source energy backing up the Hanging Man. The recent past is the Page of Swords reversed, with negative self-talk, rumors, or a child with a mouth or mouthing off, unfair with the truth out to one that is suffering in silence, powerless to do anything but offer something to the King of Cups reversed, presently letting go to fix or make amends with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family of dysfunction or loss. Grounding and integrating, the Two of Cups, or coming together or connecting, the Page of Wands inspired by an announcement, the foundation of feeling weak, hanging out in a bold move, the Hierophant grounding, integrating, coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the actor's space. The central energy of the Five of Wands group, conflict, wounded warrior, or waves of flames, impatient, losing temper to make amends and come together, but blocked from choosing their path by the Queen of Wands reversed, knowing and pretending not to. The block here being the Seven of Cups reversed, dumping emotional attachments to free oneself for their soulmate. Past life connection, or overworking, not working out, with the Ace of Wands, new passion, offered from dark night, or after a death. The Empress reversed released, implementing a plan of home, union, or celebration, resting or rising above, and waking to the Page of Pentacles needing help, or hurting themselves. At 135, which is the Magician and the Wounded Warrior, perhaps hurting themselves over a soulmate or childhood friend, an all-business relationship that's not working out, healing from separation or disappointment, or no more sleeping in the chair, or spying, conflicted, the Wounded Warrior spilling to a friend, confessing only after the fact of energetic vampiring without aligning or without a leg to stand on, with man with two lovers. And now is the Nine of Cups upright, getting their wish, being happy with self. The Knight of Wands reversed, paralyzed by their passions, or dumping emotional attachments to heal and forgive. The Nine of Cups reversed, dissatisfaction and unhappiness, or no longer single, unable to sleep, at war within with the establishment. The Justice of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community with dysfunction or loss, at 146, the Magician and the Six of Cups. And the Fool now freed by the Divine Feminine in the 5D, and the King of Swords and Knight of Cups and King of Pentacles all reversed, taken down, now the worst is over, losing their mind or coming out to find happiness, with family, the Wounded Warrior on their last leg, and conflicted, not ready to battle, and the narcissistic Hierophant perhaps killing the fantasy, For the Hermit reversed, losing their mind over their flame, with everyone against them. The King of Cups reversed, and the King of Swords reversed, perhaps flirting with the Magician who's hangry for meat or a kill. Confessing too late, after lying, cheating, and stealing, or Vampire without a leg to stand on, and the man letting go of two lovers. Soon here is the Eight of Wands upright in energetic exchange, the dark night walk or detoxing depression and loss of hope, as the Emperor uprights connecting one-to-one, with the Page of Pentacles reversed, fighting the decision or defenseless to the energies or attack, needing help to find happiness with themselves, or fighting the inevitable without a leg to stand on. The twin flames seeing themselves as the King of Cups reversed in energetic exchange or arrows of love with the Page of Cups reversed. That could be a father and child as well. The King of Wands upright is leading the way with good news regarding a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, left behind out in the cold without peace and forced to walk away in a rejection. Or Scorpio's upright here with chemistry and let your friends help and express your love at 202. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Lovers reversed in a break, a lack of affections, performance, or trying to stay balanced, receiving a love offer from family or higher ups, or arranged, or sending condolences. The Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue at 204, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor, holding their tongue or confessing to their best friend, soulmate, or children, clearing blocks of the King of Pentacles reversed with the Page of Pentacles reversed, defenseless to feeling ganged up on, or attacked by the Page of Swords reversed, or perhaps a negative message from the King of Pentacles reversed. Individuality, but even more so here, it's all about music and teaching and learning. As the Emperor upright is refusing to tell, stone-breaking plant, or in a breakthrough, the Magician forcing a confession to release them from a dark energy without a leg to stand on and without affection. The man with two lovers trying to let go, drained and weak, or offering a new life, with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles both reversed and without affections. At 214, which is Valentine's Day, and the Hanging Man upright coming together with the King of Wands implementing a plan to co-create. And the 214 is also the Divine Feminine High Priestess, and the Temperance card, which is the angel, that higher love of being patient and balanced and stepping off path. At 216, which then brings in the Tower, the Nine of Pentacles reversed is powerless and weak. The King of Cups reversed with conditions of love and no affections. The Page of Swords reversed with rumors and lying, and conflicted waves of flames challenged by the Seven of Cups reversed, coming back downstairs and repeating steps, searching in energetic exchange back and forth. As the King of Pentacles found satisfaction with a breakthrough about the Hanging Man coming together with the King of Wands to implement a plan, coming together to co-create. The Ten of Pentacles reversed family, and the Empress reversed sister, or suffering in silence, pretending to be happy family, with the Six of Cups upright, who are powerless or dependent. The Page of Swords with negative self-talk or spreading rumors, in a marriage or commitment or guidance, and in need of courage to battle with arrogant one, and challenged by knowing the one, no longer confused. The King of Cups reversed in energetic exchange, in a breakup or lack of affection, for the King of Pentacles reversed, offering time, money, and effort, or a new start to hang out socially with the King of Wands, the Divine Feminine's heart opening up to come together to work or work it out, at 226, which is the High Priestess and the Page of Wands. And then to 227, which is the Ace of Wands. So let's just pull a couple cards here, see what comes up. All right, so what is our takeaway from the read today? What time is it? 48:56, which is, again, that walking away and within. That card's big today. And the 56, too, is the Two of Swords of, protecting your heart, or keeping yourself to keep your energy clear, or keeping yourself because you're pretending not to know, because as soon as other people know, then you're going to have to deal with it. Or you're just trying to stay balanced, right? If the information gets out or you take it in, it's going to throw you off balance. So let's see what comes up here. What is the takeaway today? Well, we have the Elephant, the Shark, the Carpenter Bee, and the Star. So the Elephant is very heavy-footed. That could be somebody upstairs who's making a lot of noise. It could be someone who's a little bit weighty, right? This could be someone with a flame in their nose, right? They're smelling their flame or the scent of a woman. But there could be a laser target on this elephant too, right? They've got a broken tusk, so they might be a target here. And then there's the shark attack coming in for the carpenter bee, the star of the show. And the dragonfly, which is the 2 hearts as 1 energy. And this elephant could be, usually the elephant's like the most benevolent card in the deck. But coming with the shark, they may be trying to act like the tough guy because they never are, right? And that could be someone this could be someone mad too who's stomping down the steps, right? Because they're mad. They're mad at the carpenter bee, which can be the divine masculine star, because of the 2 as 1 hearts, which is the masculine and the feminine. And then we have the scorpion and the lizard here, right? The scorpion wanting to jump the lizard there, or give them a shock, the shock of their life, or perhaps wanting to give them a jump because their car broke down. And the lizard just wants to get back to the buffalo, who gives them stability, because the lizard in this deck gets really out of sorts when they're in big crowds because they're very empathic. And the buffalo's grounded no matter what, so he's really good to be around. And these could be 2 kids too, with a dad or mom here. But that scorpion there always has their stinger out, so that's not fun to be around. And the lizard's extra sensitive, so really needing to be near the buffalo there. And somebody might be going to buffalo as well. And then we have these 2 guys, the snake and the hyena, the collective awakening from the top down, and the hyena who's sneaking away, right? They didn't get away with whatever it was they wanted to get away with. And the gazelle is unscathed. She's very graceful and unaffected and untriggered, and that's not what the hyena wanted. They wanted to trigger them. So the hyena's mad because they didn't get their way. So that could be the scorpion, could be the hyena, who tried to jump them or scare them or get them to do what they want, and they didn't win. So that's what's coming up there. And the graceful gazelle may have the other things to deal with, because these guys are all in the dark. See all the dark energy? The graceful gazelle is not in the dark, right? They're very fine. They're not being triggered. They are in that 3D energy here, but she's not triggered at all. And she's dealing with these guys on the other side, so she doesn't want to have to deal with that hyena and their antics. This is the independent one who's independent, but they're a little bit depressed there. And then this is the one with the spark of light, but it doesn't last very long, right? That can be the stroke of genius as well, right? That spark. And then there's the older one, the vulture, who's just waiting for the leftovers. Or I always see him too as the old eagle as well. So that could be the grandpa of the bunch here. So he's a little bit shady there. He's not fully though. He's just getting kind of crotchety and old. So then we have the bottom of the deck, which is the hawk. And I was seeing the octopus here too, which Mr. Holland's opus was coming up there too. So here's the hawk. Somebody might be hawking something. So here's the hawk clearing the way as they fly after dealing with the mainframe with all the independent pieces here, right? The octopus, which also can be the teacher, but this can also be a computer mainframe, right? The grid type of energy here with the etheric gate holder, right? The unicorn. And there's a little scared mouse they may be watching out for. And over here then, and that could be me too. I told you I saw a mouse in the house the other day. So we have the mouse at the unicorn and the mainframe there, or the octopus teacher, as the hawk clears away. And this could be clearing the runway too, as the plane, is going through air traffic control. And that's funny too, because I know actually my daughter's friend I think she's an air traffic controller by now. She was a ground controller. So someone would be clearing the runway for landing, or just clearing for landing in general. And let's see what the journey of love has to say after all that. And remember, the elephant can be representative. I mean, traditionally it was the Republicans, but the elephant can also just be the old ways of being, the old systems. But also the elephant is just a wonderful animal, right? And they also have big ears. They hear a lot. And that might be why they're stomping down the hall or down the stairs, because they're pissed at what they heard. So, okay, let's see here. What is the takeaway for this read? We have soft. Be soft as the pearl, the ovary here and the egg. The 47 is the synchronicities, having choices and options, heaven in your eyes, maybe a pearl perhaps. Maybe you need to take some wax out of your ears, or perhaps your grandparents' ears, that vulture's ears. And then we have the cloak with the 50, which is the 10 of Cups family. Perhaps someone wanting to be on their own to contemplate what they want and be soft, not wanting to have to be hard and tough with everybody, just wanting to be on their own so they can be soft. And then there's the community dance, right? Somebody not wanting to go to a wedding was definitely coming up here. Whether it's a funeral, a wedding, whatever it was, somebody doesn't want to go to this community thing, which is the Hierophant, the change, the expansion, the freedom. This one wants to be alone, to feel soft, so they don't have to prove themselves or be on for the crowds, or so to speak. But here's the community dance around the egg. So this definitely is a celebration of something, you know, festive. So like a wedding or some other kind of celebration. And then we have and I was just at a reveal party for the sex of the child. So stuff like that may be coming up. It is spring, so you're going to see a lot of showers and weddings and things like that. Drop into your heart with the 68 and the Page of Pentacles, with an opportunity or an invitation. And again, there could be a last-minute invitation for somebody that they're not expecting. And there's one more card that wants to come up, and that is the Sacred Convergence of the 28 and the Twin Flames. Again, the 9/11 memorial, where the push pop comes out from under the ground, and perhaps some ETs project themselves onto the stage there. Wouldn't that be really cool? But again, like I tell you a million times, years ago I got that energy of the twins at the base of the Statue of Liberty as the Pleiadian ship comes in. So there's something about New York and the etheric altar there over the Statue of Liberty. And we got the old guy here too, of Thoth. And Thoth has been coming up all week this week. And acceptance of all that is, right? So when you're an old person in a wheelchair, like I just dealt with both my parents for the past 8 years, and accepting all that is. And Thoth for me is a very scientific, you know, the bird-headed god, very scientifically oriented, very much a communicator, a messenger. So after accepting the truth of all that is, and notice that it's 28 of the twins, and then 4, 4, 5, 5, and then 3, 3 of God speaks. Check that out. Okay, this is the connection between you and source energy here, as the mother prays. So there's some kind of event here for sure. There's a lot of people coming up. The bottom of the deck here is loving all that is, again, holding space for 22, which is an open heart on the Fool's journey. And beneath that is that sweet soul rising. This is very much like that Page of Cups energy, but there may be judgment or a wake-up call here regarding sweet soul rising and loving all that is, right? Maybe a child, all of a sudden you see something that's out of character that you think is out of character for them, and it scares you or you don't like it, but it's accepting all that is. So remember that. So again, being soft with the pearl, the 47 of synchronicities. And remember, the pearl is the bacteria that gets in the oyster or clam that becomes the pearl. So it's the bad stuff that gets in that makes us grow that beauty inside, that connects us all from pearl to pearl, the strand. And again, the need sometimes to be alone, to be cloaked, right? To protect your energy from the community, perhaps, even if it is for something positive. And then the 68 is a 5, 68, 5, and dropping into your heart. right? Because that's the security, is being in your heart, not in your head. At this big celebration here. This is huge. Look at that. So it's some kind of huge celebration. Drop into your heart. Enjoy the celebration. The Two of Wands, it could be a twin flame thing or a choice of path here. And again, Ellis Island comes up here. And the rings of time of Thoth and the 44. And again, rings of wedding rings. And the 44 of grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, especially receiving it. Or perhaps boredom. Someone's bored, perhaps at this event because they're in a wheelchair and they can't get around. Or they can't get to the event, so they have to watch it on TV. And then here is accepting all that is with the 55 and the truth. To believe in fairy tales again, right? Because the intellectual doesn't believe in fairy tales. Believe in accept everything, the truth of what is. As you connect with God in that Christ consciousness directly, the direct connect, as the mother prays for you regarding the shadow side and all of the different angles here and perspectives of the, remember, this is that whatchamacallit, bite your head off energy. I just said it today too. The mantis, the praying mantis. Okay, the mother that prays. And it's high vibe energies as far as the colors and the mother, but it's 15, which is the shadow, right? Is she wishing something on you that you don't wish for yourself? Or is she trying to control you even though her intentions may be good? Okay, and this could be can be reference God and the mother as well, mother, father, God, right? The Christ and the everythingness and the nothingness of the masculine and the feminine. That could be coming up as well here. So yeah, someone doesn't want to go to the big event. There's definitely big events coming up here, whether they're weddings or other kinds of parties. And accepting all that is with mother, father, and perhaps a parent who's ill or injured or just in a wheelchair, that kind of stuff. And dealing with all of that. Like I remember when my son graduated from college and rolling my dad around in a wheelchair around the campus. It was pretty fun, actually. And my mom peeing in her pants, and yeah, it was lots of fun. Just enjoy the journey. There could be lots of laughs along that road. Okay. Alrighty. So the first card out was the elephant, and then we have the soft, which is 47. So the elephant. Where are you? Oh, I guess he's in fire. There he goes. The elephant, unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It's said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles, so if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with light of self-knowledge. When they're in balance, they're one-pointed focus, with generous and loving, but when they're out of balance, they misunderstand their fate. To bring back into balance, trust. So the elephant's related to faith. And remember that if they're charging in, it's because they're coming in to clear your path for you, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time. And then 47 of soft. A sanctuary bathed in soft light. Your heart is receptive, inviting, and gentle. It brings strength to the weary, comfort to the lonely, and healing to the wounded. It's a magnet for all that's needed. For you, your beloveds, your world. Don't imagine you must always be the fighter, going against the part of your nature that longs for harmony and peace. This is your time to be soft, to surrender, to let the subtle waves of the heart invite love in, and to receive. In doing so, you will give so much. This oracle brings you a message of peace. Surrender now. Be soft. Even just for this moment of quiet reflection. You have perhaps been working too hard at growing and living. Take some moments to replenish and allow the divine to help you, dear one. Be soft so you're receptive to the divine. It is when we let go that we truly perceive the obstacles that lie between us and oneness with the divine lover. Let go and perceive that the divine lover is already awakening in your heart. And the poem reads, you are the softness he desires. You help light his way. You nurture all that he holds dear, though tempest clouds dismay. And in the quiet of the storm, his gentleness comes through, and in the shelter of his arms, his heart is there for you. Okay, so breathe, drink your water, get your rest, your joy, and your nature, and rise and be love, you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.